Hello, guys. This is Eugenia, and I'm your host. And what emails actually drive results, and how to make it fast and smooth without skipping your lunch break, and also making it enough readable, increase accessibility, and increase conversion using only designer hacks, and also how to make it compatible with mobile devices and almost all email clients, most used one. This is what we are talking about on this webinar. And today we have our guest, that CRM retention expert, Brian Orbach. Hello, Brian.
Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. We are happy to have you here. And
Thank
we
you.
learn, yeah, and we learned the exact approach and method he used to turn customer data into measurable growth, as well as his approach for reducing for template creation on Stripe platform. So Brian helps brands to grow by turning messy data and disorganized tools into a smooth, automatic growth engine. Basically, he makes your CRM work for your business. So our webinar will be divided into two parts. The first part will be interview with Brian, and we will take a peek on backstage behind the scenes of his marketing strategy. And after the webinar and after the interview, we will create the templates online for Brian to streamline his email production and also to achieve his goals. So guys, are you ready? So our first part is in interview. Brian, would you mind me to ask some questions?
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, so Brian, you are focusing on CRM and MarTech space and have that more than 20 years of experience in email marketing. And you're helping businesses use technology and as effective as possible. So in your view, what is the main challenge that marketing teams are facing today by working with CRM and customer data?
So, the biggest challenge is operational readiness, right? I see this with most of the companies that I interact with, or most of the projects that I interact with. They want to be able to use certain tools such as journey builders and automation and you know advanced segmentation, but their data is not ready to do it, or
Mhm.
the tool is not set up optimally to do it. And so there is all this back end work that needs to be done first. And the challenge is that, especially for SMBs, they don't have the financial or the human resources necessary to do all of that work. So
Mhm.
it makes it a challenge for them to operationalize a lot of the tools and technology that exist out there because they're simply not ready. And they try to do it, but
Mhm.
they wind up doing it in a very limited capacity
Mhm.
because they simply don't have everything configured the way it needs to be. So all these great tools, all the great technology that has come through, all the innovation.
Mhm.
If you don't start with clean data and you don't start with a properly configured system, it becomes a real challenge to be able to leverage any of those tools.
Yes, thank you for answer. I understood that initial setup and figuring out how to set up it correctly to work for your business exactly will do and will create a half of success for you. Am I right?
100%.
Yeah, thank you. And another questions that you emphasize the importance of aligning people, process, and platforms, as you just said. How do you help clients achieve this result and balance? And how you can share memorable example of a surprising discovery from your work with the teams?
Sure. So what I mean by that, and I'm not the only one who uses that expression, people process platforms. A lot
Mhm.
of people do. It's just it's a belief, not a tagline.
Mhm.
Because you need to meet people where they are. If you set up, let's say, for example, Salesforce CRM,
Mhm.
it's a very complicated product to use. And you have certain people who simply don't have the proficiencies to be able to use those tools. I'm not a big fan of training. I'm a student of Professor Vijay Govardhan, and I'm not a real student of his. I just happen to be a huge fan of his. And they've done a lot of studies. And what people are good at is their day-to-day work. They're not good at the the training and everything that takes them away from that daily work. It's not where they shine. They feel threatened by it, and it's not the way to do it. So, as an example of what I've done to really approach that, is rather than having certain people who lack the proficiency, and proficiency is different than training, because there are just certain, like I could never be a foot doctor. No matter what I do, I'm never going to be a foot doctor. It's just not going to happen. I don't know anything about it, and I'll never be able to learn it. I would pass out from the blood. It's just not a good situation for me. So as an example of what I have done is when a company transitioned to use Salesforce CRM, I took the people who lack the proficiencies and I built custom dashboards for them outside of Salesforce CRM with web forms that allowed them to take inbound customer service inquiries. And the web form was simple for them. They've used contact us forms before. They've purchased from websites before. And it was just that simple, making that web form and connecting it on the back end to the CRM. But that goes back to my original point. Had I not had a developer to work with me, because I'm not one, had I not had people who were certified in Salesforce, I never could have achieved doing that for them. But in doing that, I took away the necessary step of training. And so there's your people, there's your process, right? And in a sense, the platform in this case was a custom platform that was usable by the users. So it's always people first, and never an exception to that.
Oh, this is really wise approach, and I do understand how CRM platform as Marketing Cloud is very complex, intricate, and even for people who are working inside of it for many months. And yes, I've also were reading plenty of instructions regarding the API and exporting process in this platform, so I do understand. So this is great and wise approach for people. Yeah. Let's proceed to another. You're great. You are done a great job, really.
Thanks.
So, and we proceed into another questions about AI. AI
of
is
course.
changing.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we have seen it all. Yeah, AI is changing marketing fast. Yes, and what matters more, the technology itself or the human decisions that shape how it's used? Because in my opinion, sometimes I think that AI is much smarter than me. You know.
I think some of it comes back to the last question, and even the first question. You have to know how to operationalize it, right? It's going to have an opinion. It's going to give you information, but if you don't properly train the AI only knows what you've told it. And so it only knows the data it's been given. It doesn't just guess. Yes, it could formulate advanced decisions, but it's still based on the data that's been given to it. So you have to really look at AI not as a replacement for humans. I really don't, at least not yet. I think that is down the road, but for now, it's a complement to the human interaction. So training the AI based on your products, your services, your voicing is extremely important. So from a marketing perspective, I don't use a lot of AI yet. It's just, to me, more for analysis, marketing, reporting, and things like that. It helps you save time. I use it more of a time saver than anything. And others might say, oh, well, that's ridiculous because it could be an entire marketing department. I don't agree with that. I just don't think that there's enough training and enough information inside the AI tools for that to be the case right now. Now, that said, there are great AI tools like Einstein, which are going to learn based on the data that's already within Salesforce, Salesforce Marketing Cloud. But it still relies on the results of campaigns and information in order to be able to do that. Send time optimization is a good example of that. If it doesn't know the history of a person and how they interact with content, it's not going to know when the optimal time it is to send. So there are great advancements in AI, but I don't think we're at a place yet where it could completely replace humans. And frankly, I hope that never happens because, well, first of all, we all wouldn't have jobs. But the other part of it is that their creativity, to think that in some way creativity would be taken away, that just pains me, because one of the best things in the world is brainstorming with peers and coming up with ideas and test strategies and executing them. And to take that away it would just be sad. It would be really, really bad.
Yeah, as you have mentioned, AI needs to be sharpened to particular your user case, and all we are craving authenticity, and content should be built on the authenticity. However, as you mentioned, that AI is a huge time saver. I agree with you. I'm using it also for analyzing data and also for the searching process. It's a great searcher if you write a good prompt for him, because it's also very, very important. However, we've seen it all. Also, we have seen AI influencers that are replacing real people. And as you emphasized, real people should be put first, like people first. I'm completely agree with you, really.
Yeah. Absolutely. And some good companies are doing that, like a company called Customer with the K. They are really dedicated to making AI a hybrid of a human experience and an AI experience. They don't want AI to take over fully. So I really admire that company for that. And so it's those types of businesses that I think are approaching these things in the right way.
Yeah, also totally agree with you. So, thank you. It was very insightful. We will proceed to another question. Actually, I'm pretty inspired by your answer.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
Hope our audience too, because it's very interesting and insightful. So, Brian, your work with the both mid-marketing players and large brands. What are the main differences you see in their email strategies and executions?
So I think the bigger brands have the advantage of having those IT resources and people to be able to set up dynamic content. And the more that I see of that, the more impressed I am, because I think there are a lot of missed strategic opportunities. For example, if I buy something that requires batteries and I didn't buy batteries, sending that follow-up email that says, "Hey, don't forget your batteries," is such a great thing to do. A high margin product, things that are going to add revenue to your till. So there are great things that people can do in order to be able to enhance that experience, but typically at the larger companies. What I think medium-sized companies can do, or SMBs can do, is that they could look at trends, they could look at things that are being purchased, and they can start to really focus on being able to, what's the most popular content on my website? What's the most popular product on my website? You got to really think about something, because whether it's enterprise level or it's an SMB, when a person first signs up for your CRM, what they're interested in is the whatever led them to sign up. So it could be a white paper, it could be a sweepstakes, it could be a number of different things. But what they're interested in at that point is the sweepstakes, is the white paper. They're not interested in you yet. So creating a nurture series that warms the person and transitions them of sorts from this sweepstakes entry into being interested in your products is really important. I think the data backs me up on it without question, that yes, you might get some initial impulse buys and some upfront revenue, but you're missing out on the long-term revenue by not really creating nurture series and things that are going to, on the other side, make a lot of revenue for you. So I think that it's really important to look at the world through the lens of journeys these days, and be able to understand that the competition in the inbox is incredibly challenging, especially with promotions folders and things of that nature. So the more personalization you could do along the way, the better. The more zero and first party data you can capture along the way, the better. And then be able to leverage that with site statistics and whatnot. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be data backed.
Mm-hmm. Got it, and also agree that personalization and dynamic personalization is a key of the email marketing for now, because it's creates connection between the brand and between the customer, because they expecting that they know you, like your needs, and yeah. So, and of course you need to provide value. So as far as understood that small companies and mid companies, like a middle, should be learned from the statistic data of what is like popular, and what they can leverage and implement for their use case.
100%. Absolutely.
Thank you. For me, it was very insightful also. This is a good conversation. So the last question, the last but not in our list, before we move to our practical exercise. Could you please describe the future of email marketing in just one sentence? What would it be?
A multi-channel experience, or let me try again. Part of a
Yes.
multi-channel experience that enhances the engagement level because of the intimacy of emails.
Uh-huh.
I really think that is important, but a little explanation. When I say intimacy of emails, the fact is that we go to websites, we go to blogs, but we receive email. And it's also to note that when I define email, I'm being quite literal about it. I'm saying electronic mail. I'm not necessarily saying Gmail and Yahoo and AOL or whatever. I'm saying electronic mail. So an SMS message, a message in social media. These are very, very important things that if you receive those messages in social media, you need to address them. You need to be on top of them. For example, the SMS responses. Don't do SMS if you're going to do outgoing only. You're missing out on an opportunity. And then on the email side, people receive emails. They receive those text messages. They receive those social messages from an inbound perspective. And you need to be respectful of how many messages they're getting, how busy they are. And really, that's what I mean by intimacy, is that it's a very, very private form of communication, unlike a billboard or a TV ad. And so embrace that and understand that that is your opportunity in a multi-channel situation to be able to really enhance the engagement level of the person. And again, that comes back to personalization.
Yeah, as well the personal connection, because if you see the banner or advertisement or, for example, website, the brand is talking to everyone. However, if they send you an email and they are speaking to you, especially with personalization, that is why it's so important to create your customer email list. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Brian, for this thoughtful answers and
My
this
pleasure.
conversation.
My pleasure.
It was yes, it was pleasure to talk with you. And Brian, now we hope that we will try to help you to enhance your building experience in our platform Stripo to make your email faster to achieve your goals. And we will show some hacks of design that will help to increase conversion, make templates more readable on mobile devices, more tappable, not to lose the customer's attention and to gain actually customer. So yeah, Brian, I will disable you for 30 minutes and after I will get back to you. Guys, before we start, my colleague Valeria is in the chat here from the right side. And in case you have any other questions, please revert to this chat. She will answer while I'm building that template. And now I will just share my screen and will disable you and come back to you soon. Okay. Okay, guys, let me share my screen. All right, let's start. I have already saved my styles here, as we will set our brand styles once in Stripe or in general settings, and it applies everywhere. We will pick our fonts, colors, buttons, and we will be set to create the template. But before we start, please tell us in the chat if you clearly see me and hear me. So if you clearly see my screen and hear me in my ear headphones. Okay, so we will start from the global styles and layout, and I already saved here some styles, and let's add it to our global styles. Okay, so we will leave message content with a 600, and we will set 5 here and 5 there on desktop, and it will apply on mobile. And after set our paddings manually for both, and here we will proceed to the Stripe styles. So we have a content hierarchy, and the Stripe is the most main hierarchy in content. We will set font family custom Montserrat. Where have I found Montserrat? The link to CSS that our editor is supporting, I have found on the Google Fonts, but however, in the project in groups, here in the settings, in the style options, you not only can add your fonts as a custom ones. Here is my Montserrat, by the way. Here is URL in CSS, but you also can add brand palette. You just need to click there and add the name of your brand color and hex value, guys. And here you can clearly see that we have already got some brand palette styles that we will use today. And it will simplify our task, because if we set everything beforehand, we will be fine to go and create quickly our template to show you guys how you can streamline your email production and save your precious time and not to skip your lunch break. Okay, so we are going to set the content background color from the brand palette and white here. Great, guys. So after we go into the content, we will set content background color and font size on mobile and desktop and font color here and there. Okay. Let's add it and add the font size. We will make it 15. Do not worry. We have you covered. We got you covered. If you have the not standard size, here. And guys, we offering you in order to increase readability and accessibility, we offer you to use font size on mobile and desktop in the content, in the Stripe content, from the 14 to the 16 pixel to make your text readable and scannable enough. Yeah, so let's proceed to footer. Yeah, I know that it takes some time, but once we set everything, we will be ready to go, and do not distract on any other manual minor fixes and changes. Okay, let's go here, and we will proceed to hidden, guys. In order to increase readability and accessibility of the template, it's very important to use headers, guys. I know you all probably know this information for sure. However, all I wanted to say is to your headers, they are they are splitting your content on different chunk of the information that your recipients can just skip, because they are not reading all content at once. They only reading the text that is most valuable. So you can put your text that is very valuable and you want your recipients to read it for sure in the headers. And we have a majority of the headers, like from hidden 1 to hidden 6. So, and you can set different like sizes for header for mobile and desktop. independently, because if you see this tiny green dot, it means that this is a dynamic functionality, and you can tune it differently for mobile and for desktop. That simplifies your tasks. Yes, and when we will create our content into our blocks and container, you will see how general settings are working. Okay, I'm setting it. Guys, bear with me. It will not take a lot of time. Font family Montserrat. Yes, and our font color, we will set all black. And we will make sure that all set in black. Yes. Yes. And bold. Everything will be bold. Because our headings, they need to be visible enough. Okay, so here we are. Just checking our desktop settings in case of need H2, H4 will be 20. We skipped it, unfortunately. Okay, so we all set here, guys, and proceed to the buttons. It's very important to have a clear and concise CTA and most noticeable one. So, and we are offering to do the main CTA as a button in this template and other CTAs as a text, but also visible. So, okay, we will put 0 here, and button color will be red. Yes, and border radius will be 0. Here we will add desktop paddings on 13. And here on 13. And it will be 25 and 25. Great. So we are all set. Proceed to the stripe header, and let's create our content. The most cool part. Let's unblock our creativity. Yay, by dropping some stripes and containers here. So here it will be menu. I will drop it. Disable all paddings. Open my content and we'll just copy it. We will copy it from my style sheet, not to waste our time. It will be very fast. And here, guys, you see that you can link every chunk of your menu. So your recipient can proceed to the most valuable pieces of content on your website, for example. Okay, let's proceed to the mobile, and let's go to the settings and a little bit reduce our paddings. Oh, great. So after, I will go to my structure and go to the styles and set background color as white. Yeah, because I will add logo. And I can drop my logo from the desktop, but you also can paste it in as a link. Yeah, and I can reduce or increase the width right away. Let's just change. Yes, let's just change the height and width of the containers. You can do it like very fast here, and also regroup the container and swap them with the places. And I think it's also a cool feature because you do not need to redo anything. You just need to swap the containers and content will be on the place. Align on desktop on the left, guys, and also click and drop menu block. Great. So yes, go to the styles, go to the color, change it on white or on black one, sorry, and link color also will be black. So we will add it as a bold and go to the settings. And also we will copy paste it here. Okay. So I will delete not necessary ones. One, and yeah, I think we are ready to go to mobile settings. So logo is huge, but we can disable responsive control, and also we will hide this container on mobile very easily. And that's all. Okay, so our header is ready. Let's go to the Stripe content. And I will create here the main banner that will be structured from the container 1 and container 2. And here I will use the construct of the left alignment text, and text from the left and all media are from the right, because people and recipients have the pattern to check and read text from the left side. It's more applicable for the human eye. So let's implement this. Okay. So let's hover our text and make it as hidden to here a paragraph, and increase a bit the width of the container. Fantastic. And add to the structure tiny background image, just to make the content more vital, guys. Background hero. Yes. And in order to see it, because it's 6 pixels on 6 pixels, I will implement the background image repeat. Yeah. We enhanced our editor in the way you can use any styles you need, even with the background image and content, only with the help of UI instrumentary. And I think it's very important in order not to use the code. Yes. So after, we will hover the text and disable boldness and make it paragraph. Great. After, we will hover and make bold only digits, the most important information I want my recipient to read. Guys, here is it. Bold. And bold. So people like digits. So 13% MarTech and 87% of untapped potential. Yes, guys, let's make sure it's optimizing on mobile. Let's add a bit of the padding on mobile. And drop our CTA, main CTA. Guys, let's drop it. Yes, you see how general settings are working. They are automatically adapting in all the content that I'm dropping in the blocks. And if case you will override the content in the blocks, it will prevail, of course, these general settings. However, for me, it's important to just set everything on hand in the beginning of my session, to save some time, of course. Let me do a little bit of corrections here. Margins on desktop. And here we are using CTA text in the button as book your free consultation, guys. Here it's important to provide the link on your website where you are sending your recipients to book free consultation. And in order to show them value and show them value in the first block hero, you need to use the text that clearly shows them what to do and where to proceed for the action. Yes, so here we will add the image to enhance our message. And the image will be a girl who is booking consultation. By the way, we have implemented more accessibility in the editor here, and you can easily, guys, create alternative text for the image by using AI. So folks who are using screen readers can quickly proceed to the alternative text of the image and understand what this image is about. And also, in case your email client, sometimes Outlook does it, they are not showing images, you can also proceed to the alternative text just to figure out what is on the image. Great, guys. So here we will disable a bit of the paddings from the right on the desktop and on the mobile. And add these paddings to the blocks of the text and images. Just bear with me. Yes. And free consultation, of course. You know, we are optimizing our design on the mobile also, because if you are not using mobile optimization, unfortunately, you may lose 50% of your conversion rate, as all recipients are checking their email boxes on mobile devices while they're urging to the work, on the desk, or on the lunch. And it's very important to have optimized mobile version of your email. So after, for example, I want my image to be visible first and only after the text. So what I'm doing container inversion for mobile. It's very easy here, and we all set for mobile. Let's go to the desktop, guys. Our hero banner is ready. Yeah, and we will add new stripe, and we'll add some unusual design. We'll create it using UI instrumentary and a snippet of copy pasting in the code, but it's very easy. I've got you covered. No worries, I will show you. And after, we will save it as a model. And this model we can reuse and repurpose for the future design. And we did some updates on the editor that will help you to show all your models that on the project, so you can easily find all of them. Okay, let's hover the text. After, we will set it as a hidden to and align on desktop here and on mobile, guys. So let's go to the desktop, copy this block, and put the text. Yay. So we will hover the text and make it as a paragraph. Yes. A bit of the padding here, and check the image of mobile. Perfect. Do not forget, guys, about the stripe content background color, like here, and make sure it will be added in your brand palette, so it can be accessible for you in any time. Okay, let's drop the most interesting part to containers. So I will show you how to do unusual container fast. Okay, click on container, click on style, and apply background color for your container. It will be white. After, click on text and align it on desktop on mobile. And on mobile also, align it in the middle. Great. After, let's go and add some paddings to this text. Our magic paddings, we will add 5 from the top and bottom, and 15 from the left and right. Nice. So after, I will copy paste all this text and put image here in the middle. and I'm ready to craft. Okay, so step 1, we will copy it. Hover it, go to styles and add background color for it. And it will be pumpkin one. I know that Halloween is over. However, I'm adoring using these pumpkin colors. So after I will open the code and see here class that relates to padding. I will copy it. I will go to the span additional container that was created for doing the background for this word step 1, and I will put the class here. Let's put these paddings here and apply to the code. And now our background for this word is better. Yeah. However, I will just make it as white. Okay. Apply inline styles, and yes. After, I will add one photo, and it will be photo for step 1. Great. After, we will add we listen. All this block will to show purpose to our recipient. So, okay, I will add alternative text for this image. Yeah, and we see that AI is describing it perfectly. After, I will set the width of the image for 60 here, and I will make this word as a H3. Great. And I will proceed to mobile to make sure it aligned correctly to the middle. Everything to the middle. Yes, some paddings for mobile. And I think I will copy the text one more time and add some paddings to 15. Yay, that's great. So after, we are going here and checking our styles for container and set radius also on 8. Go to the settings, also adding paddings from the top and from the bottom. Disable our code, we do not need it right now. And then we go to the settings and add paddings here and there. Yay. So after, we will copy the main text, the description, and set it here. Perfect. Hover it and decrease the font size on mobile and desktop. Yes, so, and we will not add any paddings in this text. We will even disable all the paddings here, but we will use fixed height because if you are using containers that are aligned one by one, you probably want them to be equal and even. So, and fixed height will help us to make the chunk of the text with description equal, because you not always will have the equal quantity of the symbols, and a text block, if they have not even quantity of the symbol, can be narrow or more high. So that is why we are doing it. After, we are adding, we are adding our CTA text. and it will be also red. Great, and not bold. Yes, perfect. So all container is set. Now watch me copying it. One after, I'm copying all container at once and all structure. And now we need just to change the text content and image context. And nothing more. Guys, and after we will just simply save this stripe as a model and we'll reuse it. Okay. So changing the images. Step 2. We look here. It's cool that I've saved the styles because it is saving much time. Okay, and here a moment of truth. We are putting the text and look, according to the fixed height, we see these text blocks even. Okay. Now we will need to change the image block. I'm sorry, guys, our image have not been changed. Okay, I just need to put it right here. Okay, no worries. We are not super rushing. Yes. And the next text. And bear with me, we support change the image also. Yes. Great. And the last but not in the list, and drop it here. After, we do not forget about mobile design, or we just need it unresponsive. Guys, I think that our images have swapped with the places. Okay. Yes. Unresponsive. And this image will be our lady who is booking the consultation. Great. Yes. Oh. We listen. Step 1. We look. Step 2. And we execute. Yes. That's great. Okay, let's proceed to desktop. And as a cherry on the pie, I will add strap background image. Okay, it will be tiny, just to make our content more vital. Do not afraid. I will do the cover background width and disable adjust width. And we have it here. Okay. Cool. So this all Stripe will be saved as a module. Okay. It starts with your team. Yes, as Brian told, people needs to be first. Okay, let it be blog post category, just for simplifying the search. Yeah, we all set. After we are doing another blog, just we will add a bit of paddings. Yes, okay, another blog. Latest news. Okay, we will hover it and align on desktop in the middle and set hidden to for it. Okay. And our content background color for Stripe will be white, just to make sure it's correct. Okay. And on the mobile, latest news also needs to be aligned in the middle. Great. Great, you guys. So after we will drop the containers. And we'll add background color to container. And we'll do the same principle as we have done with our previous container. So, and radius 8. Yeah, and we are ready for layout. Okay. So here will be image and text. I will drop text. And here to increase readability, we will use left aligned pattern. Okay. And after we will copy this text once again and once again, because we also will have the CTA. By the way, we are urging you to use CTA that is clearly saying what recipient needs to do. For example, order now or get my PDF. In our case, we used get free consultation to show the value and be heard, also to show that we are valuing our recipient. So, and the communication with the recipients is our main purpose. So here we will add the image. Yes, and it will be latest news, and we will show our expertise in the blog post. And I want to make the corners of this image more round, only from the top. So I'm doing this. I put a radius on desktop and we'll do it on mobile. Yes, it's already have been done because sometimes it duplicates the styles. Great. So here our image is set. Let's proceed to the text. Yeah, drop our text, hover it, and set as H4. Let's use H5. Great. After, we will do this text. And we will decrease the font size on desktop to 13 to make the text more scannable so they can put their attention on my header. Okay. We will create the alternative text also, just to make sure it's generated properly. Great. And the main CTA text for this container. Let's go copy read more and put it right there. So let's add the link color. Yeah. And settings, make it less bold. Great. So let's add a bit of padding. Let it be 15. And we all set, guys. After I'm clicking and copying this block and do my favorite part, just swapping the content and add new media and new text. Okay, latest news. And now I will show you if you do not put the fixed height for the block, the blockade can be reduced, you see. But if we proceed to the main block it was copied from and find the fixed height, click on it and set it, for example, as 60. And here it will be also 60 to be even. Containers will be even on desktop. Okay. Yes. So you see, we need to add fixed height for every single text block. Okay, let's put it 70. And here it will be also 70. Yay. So let's proceed to mobile and make sure it's optimized. It's very important to make headers also optimized for mobile, because if you're not doing it, unfortunately, this will not increase the conversion. However, if you're doing it, it increases conversion on mobile devices on 37% even. So I think it worth some time. Okay, so let's proceed to our work with the models. The last stripe, but not in the list, where I show you where the models are situated. Okay, here I have set my models in my models that related to Brian's signature. I'm just dropping it. And my model is optimized already for this template. And I see content clearly. So let's proceed on mobile and see how content adapted for mobile. Perfectly. And guys, here I can see the model. Here is the folder with the model. This folder was recently done by our developers. So you can easily proceed to all your models that are saved in this project. So now I have 2 of them. That's great. So let's get back to the webinar content. Yeah. And we are on the finish line, guys. The only that we need to add is footer content. It's very easy. We will start from the, we will start from the deleting the container 2 and add image. After, we will add text and text. We will hover the text and align it on desktop in the middle. And add some paddings, I guess, yes. So after, we will proceed to mobile. and make sure the padding looks fine. And here we will add font color as white and white for links. Nice. Let's proceed to the settings and mobile and desktop mode and copy it. We will just copy it several times so we make sure we all set. Okay, let's go to the images and add the logo. That's great. So we will just decrease a bit the width of the logo, proceed to mobile, and decrease the size by disabling the responsive image. Great. Let's copy some text from here. It will be a private policy, terms, views, and unsubscribes. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And the last, unsubscribe. So perfect to go, guys. Okay, we have done good job with you. So, and I would like to remind you that when you are exporting, you can go to the HTML. And here we have such control that supports of accessibility and add role presentation attribute, which assist with the screen readers for recipients with special needs. Yes, do not forget about this important control. Yeah, so after we saved our models, we have done the template. We utilized the headers and different sizes for the headers and separated our text to the small chunks, and our recipients can see the most important information. We also use clear and concise call to action that provides value to increase conversion, and put our text from the left so we could make sure they will read it right away. And also we make our content more accessible and of course saved our time, because if I save all this module, guys, I can just drop it into the brand new template and we'll have the new copy of the content just in 3 minutes, just to change image and change text. So I think we should preview it. Yes. Here we are. I think I need to reduce some text size on mobile. Make it 12. And great. So preview it. Fantastic. So here we have it. Yeah. And guys, you can share your content with any your colleague or any your partner or manager who approves the content just by creating shareable link. Guys, I will show it to you. Here is the link share, and you can click on custom preview and allow collaborative preview, anonymous commenting, even can show source code, and you can remove or enable or disable Stripe branding and enable social sharing, guys. So, and this link you can easily copy and share with your manager or with your customer for checking the content in any browser. So we will share this link with Brian. So guys, I think we need to come back to Brian as we done very good job, and I will now share a link with him.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Hello, Brian.
Hey
Welcome back.
there. Thank you.
So you'll see our template here.
Very cool.
Hope this is what you have expected. Our design also will share the models with you, so you can just quickly reassemble such template, no particular template, and just change the media, text, buttons, and styles. However, all the structures elements are already in the library.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much. This is cool.
Yeah. So let me disable my screen. So, guys, hope this session was very insightful for you and inspiring. And before we wrap up this session, guys, we will give you like 3 minutes for asking your question. In case you were very shy to ask it, please revert to the chat and ask all your questions. My colleague Valeria is in online chat and will help you. So guys, I see no one asks question anymore. In case you are watching this series of webinars in the record, it will stay on YouTube forever, I hope. Please reach us in our commentary section and do not hesitate to put the thumbs up to this video and put a like and also share with your marketing friends in case they want to see how to utilize Stripe for their own needs. Guys, so before we wrap up, I will give a final floor to Brian.
Sure. The template's very important because it's incredibly important to consider that when designing emails, it's not about the creative side because that's art. It's about the science side. Okay, and the UI UX, the user experience. And so everything in that template is laid out in a very digestible way. I do not believe, because of how old email as a medium is from a technological perspective, in mobile first with email. I believe in desktop first. I believe in 2 columns because they could wrap to 1. You can't have 1 column unwrapped to 2 on desktop. So that's why I always do the desktop version first. I have to be very mindful of Outlook, not allowing for background images. There's a lot of science that goes into the layout, the scannability, such as the F pattern or Gutenberg's Z pattern from a layout perspective. All of these things matter. So I'll leave you with this, probably the biggest advice I could give with respect to building emails in Stripo is build them from a scientific perspective. Don't focus on the art only. It's only going to hurt you. It's only going to hurt engagement. And so, good luck with everything. And make sure your headlines and your hero sections answer 2 questions. Why am I sending the email? Why should the recipient care? It's not about your sale. It's about their experience, again, the intimacy. So if that's your focus and you can make sure that the person's having a personalized experience where they could feel special and they could feel informed, you're going to have some successful emails out there.
Wow, amazing advice, really. I'm inspired. I'm your
Thank
really
you.
big fan.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, as you have seen it all, please put thumbs up to this video and we shall see you in the next one very, very soon. Please subscribe on Stripe YouTube channel. Bye-bye.
Bye.